Welcome to my allotment. Today I'm going to be showing you what I've been harvesting. If you've not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, if you could please do so, because I give you lots of helpful hints and tips from my home garden, my allotment and also my home kitchen. So it's a Sunday morning, it's the middle of October, and I've been picking a few bits for the week and also for my Sunday lunch. Now I don't know if you remember, but when I planted my parsnips, they grew so incredibly well that I've thinned them out. And it just seems such a shame to just throw them away, if I'm honest with you. So I thought I had a few gaps in between my leeks where some of my leeks hadn't taken, so I popped them in the holes there. So I've just dug a few up, and although they're not massive, they definitely weren't worth throwing away, and I had gaps. So there's just a few there that I've dug, and yeah, they're not the biggest ones in the world. They have still got plenty of time to grow a little bit more, but I've got so many I need to start harvesting them now. And despite what people say about waiting for the first frost, actually I ate a couple of parsnips the other week from my garden. They tasted perfectly lovely, so if you've got lots like me, it's probably worth digging a few now. I also dug some of my radishes. Now those were the ones I planted in July, so you know, it's not the biggest crop in the world, but I've still got a few more to come, and they look perfectly lovely, so I shall be putting them in some salads. And my top tip is, when you put them in your fridge, put them into, say, a mug of cold water, and then they'll stay really nice and crisp. Otherwise, homegrown ones can go soft and wrinkly quite quickly. I also cut some more flowers, which I'm really chuffed with. I honestly thought that when I came up here the other week and I cut some, that I probably wouldn't really get any more, but actually I could barely fit them in the jar that I had. So I'm really chuffed with that. As we move over to the Cape gooseberries, I've been getting a couple actually. I don't know if you remember, I was given these as a gift. I've never grown them before, so really I haven't got any idea what I'm trying to do with these, but they've grown really well, but a lot of them are still very small and really aren't forming that much, so I don't know what I'm going to get, but I have got a few. What I've noticed is the ones that are ripening are quite close to the base of the plant, and the husks that are on them start to go a little bit yellow. Now the only downside with these, they're a little bit like strawberries. As soon as you see a ripe one, you pick it and you eat it. So I've been up here and I've been sneakily eating a couple. So if I feel around, oh there we go. So as you can see, the husks have gone brown. I can feel a firm fruit inside of there. So if I pull that off, you can see that it's ripened. So, and I've sampled a few and they really are quite lovely. So if I get these next year, I will definitely give them a go. And someone actually said to me that if you cut them right down to the base, they might actually grow back again next year. So I think I'm going to give that a go, and maybe it'll be more successful and they'll come along a lot earlier and I'll get a better crop. So as we move over, something I don't think I'd gone through when I've done some of my other roundups are my runner beans. Now, obviously I'm not harvesting these anymore, but I save my pods and I grow my beans from this year's. So what I do is I just leave them on there to naturally dry out. As you can see, they're starting to swell out there. So the beans inside there are what you will sow in the ground next year, and they're all still really green. So personally, I leave them on there to naturally die off, and that's what I shall plant next year. I might take them off at some point and keep them indoors to finish drying them off, but at the moment I'm just going to leave them there and try and let nature do most of the work for me. My fennels are still a little bit small to harvest. I'm really hoping they start to fill out soon. But I could just cut them small, so there's a couple here that are starting to get a little bit bigger. You know, they're your own growers, they don't have to be as big as the ones you get in the shops. They add a really good flavour to salads, and I do a really nice lemon and fennel salad with celery, which is particularly scrumptious. So I hope that's helped and you found what I've shown you useful. But if you've got any comments, please do let us know, and we will do our best to answer them as usual.